Welcome back to Squelch, the video game book club. I'm Daniel.
I'm Matt at Arms.
And I'm Storm Rage. And we're here to remind everyone that Mass Effect 2 is a game, and games are supposed to be fun. For the month of February, as a preview, we will be playing Mass Effect 3. I haven't gone through and made a schedule for that yet, but it'll happen eventually, probably, maybe, who's to say. For this week, we will be talking all about loyalty missions, and so we will go through very briefly each of the loyalty missions. Next week is going to be Lair of the Shadowbroker and the Project Overlord, so essentially all the DLCs of Mass Effect 2, as well as like a catch-up week to give people some time before they go through the IFF. Next week, the week after that, will be going through the Mu Relay, finding the IFF thing, and there's a couple other missions that don't reveal themselves until after you do the Reaper IFF mission, so that there may be other things that we talk about come that time of the month.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome. My upstairs neighbors decided now was the time to start hammering. Like hammer, lots of hammering. So if that's getting picked up on the audio, I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to try really hard to clean that up. Yeah, anyway.
Didn't hear it over here.
Well, that's great. It's actually been picked up on the OBS microphone. So if nothing else, our patrons get it. So you're welcome, patrons.
Yay, patrons!
Thank you so much for your support. This week, you get an early access and some hammering. But after we are done with Mass Effect, we're taking a BioWare break. See what I did there?
I like it.
Thank you very much. For a month, before we jump into Dragon Age, we've come up with a couple of good games, we think, but we'd love to hear what you think. So the chat is open in Discord for game suggestions. The form is open. It is in the episode description of this podcast. It's a little form you can click on. Give us any game that you think would be fun to play. It can be any game under $35. It could be an old game. It can be a new game. It can be a AAA title. It can be an indie title. It could be an RPG. It could be a roguelike. Whatever is fun. Let us know. We're going to pick, as soon as we have like 5 good options, we're going to throw it out for a community vote. So we're going to do that for the break between Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age. So kind of give us your suggestions. Love to hear what you're thinking. Should we go thank some patrons? I think we should. I'm not even going to ask.
Thanks.
We should thank
I
patrons.
am pretty incredible.
Hey, thank you, patrons. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi. Yeah, thanks, patrons. Patrons, also thanks.
And patrons, really, thank you.
Yeah.
No, but I care the most, patrons. I want to make sure it's very clear. These two other chuckleheads, they care less than I care. So.
Oh, I don't think that's true, Dano. I have a gift for our patrons this week. And it's a beautiful red brick, and I'd like to smash it right into their face.
It's a callback. That is a callback. That was Enthralamund and Sheep, who was on the podcast when the brick was a bit.
I think it was Joel, and I think it was
I was on the pod at that time.
Yeah.
And I think it started, and then Enthralamund came back and was like, "This is the most insane thing I've ever heard," and made it into a bit.
Well,
it was a funny joke. It was a good joke, and you were all the ones who took it really awful. It was just a funny joke. What was the joke? It was a dad joke.
It's like what's red and bad for your teeth?
A brick. Because we're giving a brick to our patrons' mouths. We're slamming them right into their faces, and they're going to say thank you afterwards.
Patrons, I'm really the one who cares the most because I remember the deep lore of that joke.
It's a great point.
So,
okay, fair enough. I love how I'm wasting time on an episode where we need to be staying on topic. And I'm like, hey, remember that one time? Anyway.
Hey, it's Mass Effect. It's hour and a half long podcast for Mass Effect. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's going to be.
we tried really hard to like cut it in half. Like we were going to do loyalty missions along with 2 amazing DLCs, which sort of insane.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could have gotten there, but it would not have been enjoyable to talk about everything all at once, because I'm pretty bare bones in my descriptions of each of the missions. It would be even barer bones.
It's true. It's true. Hey, so patrons, this week in After Dark, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome, which I'm actually looking forward to. Something Storm Rage brought up. So I think we're going to talk about that. I'm looking forward to it. He has a story to tell. I want to listen to that.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to be funny, just in case people are wondering of like, haha, what a goof. No, this is just going to be something that like I've been struggling with for a bit, and specifically popped up over this weekend. And I don't know. Well, maybe we'll do After Dark to talk about some things that are a bit more serious every now and then, and maybe it'll be one time when we go, ooh, gross, never that again. Who's to say?
No, I get it. We've done this. This is episode 261 of Squelch, and I'm still afraid to post about it in any public space because what if video gamers don't like it?
Yeah. Fair.
We have a lot of listeners. We have patrons. Nope. Terrified. I get it. Let's move on to the Mass Effect recap.
Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
I do have things to say to the crew. Thank you so much, Joker, for asking. So each of these are described as loyalty missions. So the way that these come up is that as you go and talk to individuals, they'll be like, hey, I've got a problem and I need your help dealing with it. And so they'll describe a little bit about what the problem is. They'll ask you to help them out. When you successfully complete the mission, you can unlock a new outfit for that character and also unlock a new ability for that character. It is important to note that you need to successfully complete the mission. There are ways in which you can complete the mission for these characters unsuccessfully, at which point you will gain some benefits, but they will not be marked as loyal. There's also another like hidden benefit for them being loyal, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We'll talk about that later on. So each of these missions, I'll give you the character name and a brief description of it. So hopefully, if you haven't completed that mission yet, you can fast forward about 1 minute, 2 minutes, so that way it is not spoiled for you. I'm going to go in relative to order for when you can earliest get them to the latest that you can get them, if that helps at all as well. So in order to start, let's go ahead and start with Jacob. Jacob, the ex-Alliance soldier who is now a Cerberus soldier, he gets a ping that that Jacob's dad was on a ship that crashed a decade ago. This he knows. It's called the Gernsback, and he gets a ping that the ship itself crash landed, and specifically he gets a location of where it crashed. Up until this point, he had assumed that it had just gone missing, something happened, it blew up. So we go to investigate, and all the people there have gone primitive due to the local vegetation. Turns out his dad is a bad dude. And then we just kind of leave him there and save the people, and Jacob gets closure for it.
I want to give some details about this because they didn't go primitive so much. They kind of go dumb. Like they just lose like the ability, not even dumb, right? They lose the ability to think, and they lose like, I mean, I guess you could like think of them like devolving to a certain extent. So they maintain their humanity, but then women and men devolve differently. So men devolve into angry beasts, and women kind of become docile and open to suggestion. Jacob's dad is a bad man. That is how he takes advantage of that situation. Mm-hmm. We learn of this when so it doesn't happen. The women become docile immediately, but the men don't become like super dangerous immediately. So it's 10 years after when the men basically start attacking Jacob's dad. And at that point, we learn of it. We go and we rescue him. We have to take care of the men, and then we leave him to his fate and then rescue the women. Fun fact, after you get a message from one of the women after you rescue them, and she says, "I'm learning my words again." And someone told me that they could type this out for me, but I want to do it for myself. I wanted to say thank you for saving us. That is the only message I keep in my inbox, because I'm like, that one just feels real. Like that one just feels real. Like
it's really well done, and it's a very interesting expose is not the right word, but I'm going to use it anyway, of like how power corrupts absolutely, because Jacob's dad seemed to be like a fine dude before this, and then he gets put in charge and then just takes advantage in the worst ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of learned in the mission that like the original captain died, he was second in command, and the ship's doctor was like, I don't think Jacob's dad can handle this, but hopefully he will rise to the situation. And then very quickly, like, it becomes apparent that he will do the opposite of arising to the situation. And like, so like they very quickly, they could have been saved at any point. This is the big part about this mission. They could have been saved at any point, but instead Jacob kept them trapped there so that he could have his own harem, essentially.
Yeah.
I haven't played this mission yet. So.
Jacob handles it fine. It's like, you know what? I mourned him years ago. He was a bad dad. I have no problem with him getting his just desserts.
Nice.
I want to push back because he does say like he was a fine dad, but
he was a missing dad. He does say that his dad wasn't always there for him. Like, I wouldn't say he was a good dad, but he wasn't like an actively bad father. He was kind of just not around all the time.
Yeah, but he says like he mourned the person that he was 10 years ago. He doesn't need to do it again. And that's such a cool line.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Jacob, I thought was totally just new Caden until after his mission, and I was like, nah, Jacob's awesome. And Jacob's my favorite.
Jacob's great.
And Jacob just like handles it, and like Jacob and Shepard have like their own secret handshake afterwards. Like when you go and hang out in Jacob's armory, like they have a little handshake and they sit back and like just talk shop. I love it. They're like best friends. Great. It's so good.
Yeah.
Actually, I like Jacob from the start because he seemed like a lot more interesting than like Caden ever was.
He's certainly got like a point of view, and he'll actually express that point of view.
Yes.
I think he's a really fun character.
Yeah.
All right. Remember how I said we were going to do 1 to 2 minutes? We've already failed that by about 6 minutes.
You're welcome.
Next up is Miranda. Talking to Miranda, we find out Miranda's dad is a bad dude. He's very controlling and manipulative. Miranda used Cerberus to get away from him. Miranda also has a sister. Miranda used Cerberus to get her sister to safety. Her dad isn't happy. Her dad tries to kidnap her sister back. We help her. Her sister is saved. Miranda has closure. Mm-hmm. Yay!
Yeah, just a couple of things about this, I would say. Miranda's dad is like crazy wealthy, which is why she kind of went to Cerberus as like an organization with even more wealth and power to kind of protect her and her sister. Mm-hmm. That's really all there is.
There's a couple of renegade choices you can make that I think I made, but it's like I don't think it affects the outcome of the mission that much.
Not significantly.
Yeah, like it's either like you shoot the contact or you just like don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I shot the contact.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Wait, no, I didn't. I stopped her. Wait, did I stop her?
I stopped her.
No, I let her pull the trigger.
I don't remember which way I went.
So what we're talking about right now is that there is a friend of Miranda's that originally helped Miranda and her sister escape, who then kind of went back on his deal because her dad paid her a lot of money, and Miranda wants to shoot him in the face, and you can tell her, no, don't. He made a mistake. At which point he gets shot by a random mercenary.
Oh, does he?
Nice. Oh, that's what I did. Yeah. He gets it one way or the other, doesn't he? Yeah.
I do like in this mission a lot that at the end you get the choice to either encourage Miranda to talk to her sister, because while Miranda has kept tabs on her sister, they've never spoken before, and Miranda's sister Oriana doesn't know about Miranda's existence at all. And you can encourage her to talk to her sister for the very first time. And also, Oriana sends you a message later if you encourage her to talk to her sister. That's like, hey, thanks for saving me. P.S. Miranda, don't look at this message. It's Shepard's private terminal. P.S.S. I know that you're doing that right now. Stop. And it was a really fun, small little bit.
And later in the Shadowbroker DLC, when you go through her secret files, you do have communications between her and her sister, which is fun.
We're not there yet. We're not talking about the Shadowbroker.
But we're not going to talk about the dossiers in the Shadowbroker DLC anyways. So we might as well talk about it right here.
Why aren't we going to talk about the dossiers next week? We find them next week.
Okay,
Why
fair enough.
We will.
We will. It was a very interesting
alert.
one. Miranda's was just the most fun, anyways, because there was.
Besides,
so
I haven't
much
even gotten.
there.
I haven't gotten to like half these. I've gotten to have to like 3 of these missions. So come on.
All right, fair enough, Stormrage. You're right. I'm wrong.
Next up,
you're smart. I'm dumb.
That's not true. Next up, we have Jack. Jack wants to go to the place where she grew up, in heavy air quotes, aka where she was experimented on and essentially tortured as a child. She wants to blow the whole place up. Totally fair. We get there to blow the whole place up. Turns out they were keeping her kinda safe by testing things on other kids first. She was definitely still tortured, so it's not like nothing bad happened to her and it was all in her mind. But they also treated the other kids really, really poorly, and she thought that the other kids were fine. And so she has this, like, crisis of consciousness about, like, I killed kids on the way out, and maybe they were as innocent as I was. It's very confusing. Jack is conflicted, but we blow it up. Yay! Jack has closure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a super fun one because she was the most powerful human biotic, essentially, that Cerberus discovered. And so they kidnapped or bought, her and then many, many other child biotics. And they experimented on the other ones so that they could experiment safely on her.
Yeah.
So they put her through terrible things that they first tried out on the other children in order to make sure that they didn't
harm her.
Harm her more than they wanted to, essentially.
Yeah.
They're also
Cerberus is bad. That's what we work for. Like, I mean,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, there's also like a hint of a child biotic fight club, which seemed like
yeah. So they trained on each other essentially. They would just be like, okay, now you two have to fight to the death. Go do that.
Like,
and then there was a one-way mirror where she could basically or a two-way mirror, whichever. She could see through the mirror, but they couldn't see back at her. So she could see everything the other children were doing. But she was in her own room. So she could basically only observe life and could not, participate in it. There's no wonder she's totally broken.
Right?
It is a little interesting because throughout the mission you kind of find out that this is for sure a Cerberus project, absolutely. But it also kind of went rogue. Like, they have a lot of recordings where they're like, don't tell the Elusive Man about what we're doing. Don't tell the Elusive Man. No reports to the Elusive Man are allowed to get through. The results are all that matters. And later on, the Elusive Man's like, yeah, good thing that you shut it down. But there's always that hint of like, yeah, but did he know?
He knew.
And seems impossible that he would not. But they do make that like not clear in an intentionally interesting way.
I very much believe that the Cerberus organization works on like a break the rules. If you get caught breaking the rules, bad on you. But if you don't get caught and then you have good results, good on you. So it's very much of, as long as the results are good, the Elusive Man will slap us on the wrist. So we just have to get positive results, which is what is so bad about Cerberus, right? It's an organization built around secrecy, but with one man who knows everything. But he has like a semi-conscience kind of, but as long as he will take advantage of bad things once the bad has already happened. So I would very much say I would imagine he knew stuff like this was going on, but not the specifics of it, and then just kind of didn't look too deep into any of this stuff because that way he didn't have to shut it down, right? If he knows about it, he has to shut it down. But if he doesn't know about it and finds out about Subject 0/Jack later, just take advantage of that situation. Well, shut it down now, but there's no reason not to use a powerful asset, which I think is kind of how he would think about it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. It's very morally gray. This whole game is very morally gray. The Mass Effect 1 is very black and white. This one, very morally gray.
Correct.
That's good.
Once you have completed both Jack and Miranda's missions, they have a fight. And Jack basically accuses Miranda of being a Cerberus cheerleader, which, admittedly, she is. And Miranda accuses Jack of wanting to sabotage Cerberus and all the things therein, which, admittedly, is also true. And you, as Shepard, are tasked with choosing which one is right. And if you choose one or the other, you lose the loyalty of the other person. So if you say, hey, Jack, calm down, Miranda's right, you lose Jack's loyalty. So you will lose that extra outfit, you'll lose that extra power, maybe other things. If you have enough Paragon and or Renegade, then you can still maintain both of their loyalties. But it's a pretty tough check if you do it first thing. I have absolutely had runs where I was not able to get that Paragon check early enough on and had to choose between one or the other.
Yeah, I had the Paragon check because I waited for a while on Jack's. No, on Miranda's. I just waited on Miranda's for a while. I couldn't remember why, but so I got lucky.
I think I yelled at them and got them to both be like knock it off the two of you, and then they were both fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, you probably did the Renegade check.
Yeah, the Renegade check. So and then they were like, and like they say, I want like one deck. I want one deck between the both of you at all times. So I don't think I can take them on missions together, but I don't think but
actually,
you sure can. You sure
can. A ton of missions
Okay.
together because they are fun to take on missions together.
Nice. All right, I haven't done it yet.
Next up, good old Garrus. Garrus, when we recruited him, talked to us about how he became Archangel, but eventually he lost his whole crew back on Omega because someone betrayed him and his crew. He thinks we can find the traitor. We do find the traitor. Garrus wants to go on a rampage and do a murder. Maybe he does. That depends on the Shepherd you want to play. You can do the Paragon thing, where you talk to the person who betrayed the crew, and you find out that he is essentially a shell of himself, that he has nightmares day and night about the people that he betrayed, and kind of is okay with Garrus killing him. And you can say, hey, your punishment is that you have to live with what you've done. Or you can do the Renegade option, and you're talking to this dude, and you just sidestep, and bang! Garrus takes care of the problem.
That's what I did. I literally was like, hey, buddy, what's up?
I did that too.
One more second. Yeah, it's like, yeah, and it's like, and then, oh, by the way, there's a bullet coming out your face, and steps aside.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm a maxed out Paragon Shepherd. I did that one as well. Nah, he was. This is a callback to Mass Effect 1. He was the first CSEC officer. So he was the CSEC officer that he lost his job because he was so bad at it, essentially. And so after he got fired from CSEC, he went and did like merc work, essentially. So yeah, not a good dude. Had it coming.
I mean, the Citadel's in better leader now that they have a Canadian in charge. So
I love Commander Bailey. He's so great.
Right.
Next up, I think we get to probably my favorite of the loyalty missions, probably, and that is Morden. Morden had an apprentice scientist that helped on his team with the Genophage modification back when they re-released it on Tuchanka. And this apprentice that he had has been captured by Krogan. So we head over to Tuchanka to find him. We meet Rex again. Rex is in charge of the Krogan here. That's pretty cool. Rex missed Shepard. That's also cool. They have a cool bromance. Real quick side tangent. If you did not save Rex in Mass Effect 1, his brother Reeve is in charge. Reeve sucks. We'll talk about him more in Mass Effect 3. He's the worst. If you have Reeve in Mass Effect 2, I'm very sorry. We eventually find Morden's apprentice. Turns out he was kind of taken by a Krogan plan, but instead, actually, he volunteered. He wanted to cure the genophage. He does some morally pretty ethically bad things to try and cure it by experimenting on non-willing participants. Morden is conflicted. Maybe he kills his apprentice. Maybe he keeps the date on the genophage cure. Either way, closer. What did everybody choose here?
I let Morden shoot his guy and then keep the data. So
I saved the apprentice and saved the data.
Okay.
I saved the data. I don't remember if I saved the apprentice. I think I saved the apprentice as well. I did. I saved the apprentice as well and saved the data because Morden was like, maybe go to Omega and start a clinic. I think is what he says. So
it's a really good line.
Yeah.
It's a really go to Omega. Could always use another clinic.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, so I did save him, and then I saved the data.
There's this great scene in this one too, where it's like you meet up with like this leader of this clan, like while you're going to save Morden's apprentice, and like you can just get him to monologue about like his future plans for a while, and then shoot the rail that's like filled with gas underneath him, and he just burns up, and it's so good.
It's really good. I think we all. It's a renegade option, but it's
a renegade option, but it's like
I do it. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So this is Tachanka. Is it Tachanka or Kachanka?
Tachanka.
It's the Krogan home world, and the Krogan have basically it just gets destroyed and rebuilt as they have wars. So you're in this like bombed out city essentially, and you go around and you kind of like take care of like these monkeys that are stealing food, and you can do other stuff. Eventually, you can befriend a Krogan dog, and that dog, after you feed it, will follow you around the planet.
What?
But it doesn't go with you. It is the biggest miss in the entire game. Because the person the dog with goes, oh, looks like he has a new friend or has a new owner or something like that. So you get a dog, and the dog does not come with you to the Normandy. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed in a video game than to get back on the ship and to not have my dog. I was like, are you kidding me? I had a dog.
I didn't know you could do that. That's amazing.
So you have to go to the mini game where you shoot the monkeys, then you go back to the vendor, and there's the monkey meat for 0 credits. You buy the monkey meat, and then you feed it to the dog, and the dog becomes your best friend.
That's awesome.
Just did it on goofs. I was like, well, I'm going to buy everything in this shop. I guess I'll buy this. Maybe I'll give it to the cook or something. Right. And then I went and talked to the dog because you could just pet the dog. And he wanted the meat, so I gave him the meat. And then I was like, oh, I found a pet. And then I didn't get to keep the pet. It was very sad. I have a hamster and the fish. I really wanted the dog.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I real quick want to go back to Morden's mission specifically, because I think it is the perfect encapsulation of Mass Effect 2 being morally gray, because Morden kind of has another crisis of self.
Yeah.
And whether it's a crisis of religion or a crisis of consciousness, he goes through a lot of different emotions about it, because when he finds out that his apprentice did this, his apprentice is like, we committed genocide here. How was I not supposed to continue to work on this? How was I not supposed to try to fix this? And Morden is like, but we did it to save other people. And he's like, yeah, but we doomed an entire race. And it's a really interesting kind of back and forth where Morden you start to see the cracks in him and what he thinks about his own work. And it's a really emotional scene for a character that is, generally speaking, not that emotional. And it's
super good.
Really, really good.
Well, like you find out like in one section, like especially when you find the dead one of the dead Krogan females, where it's like you discover he basically, in order to deal with what he did, he like researched like every religion known to the universe, and like was trying to find answers but had more questions. So it was good. It's really good. He gets really deep into Morden, and it's probably one of my favorite ones I've played.
Yeah, it was really good.
On the flip side of a very ethically interesting and complicated one, we've got Grunt's mission. Grunt goes through Krogan puberty. We help him through it by smashing stuff and killing stuff. Yay, closure. That's about it, Reds. It's great.
This one felt the best to me because you get to kill one of those giant snakes that eat the tank from the first Mass Effect, and that felt really good.
Thresher Maw.
Yes, getting to kill a Thresher Maw with sniper rifle and handguns was very fun.
I like this one because I found out that Uvnik was voiced by Michael Dorn, which just makes me happy. Who's Worf from Star Trek.
It's a great little mission. Any other thoughts on Tachanka?
It's a terrible planet. It's just not a good place to go.
I really enjoyed, I think it was through the Rex's conversation, or maybe Morden's even, I can't remember which one, where you kind of learned that they are who they are, and this is kind of, they are both a product of being raised up too soon. Like they did not discover space flight on their own. They were given it by the Citadel races. And then, so like, they're like, if they had been able to naturally evolve, they would have potentially evolve past this, but they never were given this chance to. And so this is the way that they kind of deal with that, is this like nonstop battle. That was really interesting. I do enjoy it. I thought it was a little like bad at first. I thought it was kind of a C tier sci-fi trope. But as they kind of explained through it, I think as the writer tried to write their way out of kind of some bad Mass Effect 1 writing, I think they did a pretty good job of writing themselves out of that hole with how they kind of described the Krogan and everything like that. And the Genophage, it became very interesting. Whereas I think in Mass Effect 1, it was very tropey and not very interesting. So.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they talk about it of, hey, if they had been able to evolve naturally, they would have evolved past this aggression.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give a caveman a nuke, he's just going to want to use it. And so they just used their nukes all over the place. And it's a really interesting description for that culture. And also in this section, it's pretty clear through Rex that he's trying to create a different future for the Krogan. Right. He's creating peace. He's creating bonds through the clans. He's creating a method and a way in which Krogan can have a different culture moving forward. And that is not the case if you have Reeve, by the way. If you have Reeve, he's very fine with all the things being as bad as they are.
And I think what's really cool about the Krogan is if you take the time to go and talk to Krogan on the Krogan homeworld, and then Krogan on like the Citadel and Krogan on the Ilium, like the different places, they're not just Smash, right? They're not just cavemen. Some of them are very interesting and some of them are very smart. And my favorite is there's a relationship between an Asari and a Krogan. And you get to play matchmaker when you run into them on Ilium. Yeah. So you go the Asari broke up with the Krogan and he's writing her poetry, and you can basically either help them get together or tell her that no, you're too different. So if you help them get together and then you go to the Krogan homeworld afterwards, they are at the Krogan homeworld and they're having a conversation about how she's like, I don't think they like me. And he's like, no, you just have to go out there and meet them. They're going to love you just like I love you. And it's so great. And I'm like, the Krogan are not just big, dumb meat shields. They're really interesting people. And it's good. It's good. I like it a lot. And that was just so funny,
next up,
too.
It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Next up is Kasumi. Kasumi is looking for her late lover's gray box. A gray box is essentially like a memory box, and it's been stolen by this rich dude who's pretty much a jerk. We do a heist. We find a bunch of cool things, like the head of the Statue of Liberty in his vault. It's really fun. Right. We eventually find the gray box and make our way out. Kasumi's lover asks that Kasumi destroy the gray box because it's got compromising information on it that could endanger the galaxy. Essentially, if somebody was able to crack this, they could start a war between several different council races. Kasumi asks you what she should do, and you can either destroy the gray box or you can tell her to keep it.
Destroyed it.
Destroyed
it. You got to move on. Yeah.
What did you do, Storm Rage?
I also destroyed it, but I think this is a really interesting choice because on one hand, destroying it feels a little heartless, but it also feels like Kasumi is stuck in the past, and this is the only way to get her to move forward. But on the flip side, if you were like, hey, if your partner died, would you like a box that essentially allows you to talk to their memories? I'd smash that button 1,000 times, yes. Yeah. So it's a really difficult choice. It took me a while.
Yeah, it's not like a physical box. It's like a brain USB drive is what it basically is. Yeah.
I thought this mission was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot, especially because there's not a whole lot of combat until near the end of it. And you actually get really, really good, like a really, really good submachine gun out of it too. Since I'm female Shepard, I got to wear the vinyl dress, which
you got to keep, by the way.
No, I could have worn it from day one because it was in the closet up in the thing. But it's immediately as soon as I get back on the ship, I'm wearing the dress still. So I immediately go up to the quarters and let me put the uniform back on. Before I go.
Yeah. as the male shepherd, you get a suit jacket, basically, which is infinitely better than every other option because they're all bad. It's like, hey, do you want to look like a 1980s mobster sweatsuit shepherd? Do you want to have a dopey uniform? It's like, oh, there's only one good option, and it's from Kasumi's DLC. Thank you, Kasumi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I let her keep it. I thought this was one where like the Paragon and the Renegade was flip-flopped. Where like the Renegade option would be like, yeah, I think it's okay to put your personal wants and needs above the wants and needs of everyone else, and the Paragon option should be no, it's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type of situation, or the one in this case. But instead, it's the Paragon options to be like, no, go ahead and keep it, and the Renegade ones to destroy it. But I think this should be flip-flopped, personally, but it's not. I let her keep it. Have your pictures. Well, who am I to say burn your pictures? I don't know that guy. Like, it's okay to have a keepsake.
Yeah. But it's like kind of a holodeck situation, right? Like, if you have like your...
Yeah. I was worried about it. But I go and talk to her. She's my favorite character. I talk to her after every single mission, and she always has something funny to say. She just seems to be doing quite well, and she seems to have a thing for Jacob. So...
She sure does. She sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Zaid. Zaid wants to go and kill someone that betrayed him. There's a lot of themes in these loyalty missions. Turns out, we find out that Zaid started the Blue Suns, the mercenary gang. And the dude that betrayed him shot Zaid in the face, which is why his face kind of has that scar tissue and is kind of a little bit off. Zaid survived and now wants to return the favor by shooting this dude in the face. So we find the guy. Turns out this guy's in charge of a facility that employs a lot of people in a way that I didn't really read too carefully about. It's some sort of factory. I couldn't tell you what it is. And there's people inside that are working in the factory. Zaid sets fire to the facility because he thinks it'll cause the dude to die. And we get to choose. Do we save the people or get the guy? If we save the people, the guy gets away. He just has enough time to fly away. And Zaid isn't very happy at all. If you go for the guy, all the people die, but you do get to do a murder. And Zaid's pretty stoked about that.
So you lose his loyalty if you let the guy get away and you can't make the Paragon check. So if you let the people die and you save and you take care of the Blue Suns leader, then you gain Zaid's loyalty. Storm Rage, I assume you saved the people?
I did, yes.
So did I. Did you make the Paragon check?
I did indeed, yes.
So did I, yep. Matt, I assume you haven't played this yet?
No, I have not.
I assume you're going to let the people die?
I might.
Yeah. It's also the faster way to do it as well, by the way. So if you're looking to do this in a speed run, that's the way to do it as well. So it's kind of fun, though.
It's a really fun mission. It's really well put together. From there, we move to Samara. Samara wants to kill her daughter. Her daughter is an Arda Yakshi. So to describe this, when Asari people meld, or in Squelch appropriate terms, meld, it usually is a pretty enjoyable experience for both parties involved. Similar to humans melding with one another. When Arda Yachi do it,
it's not
they
making
do a
it
murder.
Better. Like mind meld, like a Vulcan.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
It's just when you think the same thoughts. That's all it is. When Arda Yachi do it, they overload the nervous system of the person that they're with, and it causes a murder. Samara's daughter's name is Morinth, and Morinth has done a bunch of murders. And Samara wants to stop the murders. The only way to stop that is to do a murder yourself. Yay! So we know that Morinth is attracted to people that are into the arts. We find that out through a couple of investigations. So we go to a club. We find out Morden's turn-ons and turn-offs. We go and try and seduce her, but we set a trap. Samara saves Shepard from the trap, and you get to choose if you keep Samara and help her deal with her daughter, or Morinth, if you pass all of the checks, is like, hey, Shepard, I can go with you. I'm as powerful as my mom, and I'm not some goody two-shoes paladin. So you could just take me instead. And Dano and I both chose to save Samara. Matt, I'm very interested in your choice.
Well, like it was the best part was like she said, I could be just like my mother.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
okay. And then so yeah, it's like yeah, and like actually it's great when you choose the renegade option. Like Shepard goes to Samara and says, "She'll work better for me." And literally, like Samara, and then Morinth does her thing and kills her mother. It's great.
Did you go and talk to Kasumi afterwards?
Yeah, it's like, oh, she seems different.
She seems very different. I'll keep that between you and me.
Yeah.
Because I actually first chose the daughter. So first of all, this was the coolest, like, single, like, looking cutscene decision, I think, in the entire game.
Yes.
It was these two super powerful Asaris, just caught
Bioticing at each other.
Yes, bioticing each other. And it looked so cool. And it's just like stuck there, and they're stuck in this combat of biotics, and you get to choose save Samara, which one you get to choose. And it was actually like part of me was, because at the time you knew that she had done some murders, but you didn't really, like, a lot of the details weren't really clear until you get a lot more of like all the awfulness that she did, like, afterwards, after you talk to Samara more and more and more and get to know her, after you get her loyalty. You kind of see that her, like, daughter, like, sacrificed an entire village to herself and all this stuff. So she's a truly evil being, but at first you're kind of like, this kind of seems morally gray because the space paladin, well, like, if she decides someone's evil, she just kind of unalives them as well, just takes care of business, right?
Yeah.
And so it was like, well, it'd be kind of fun. This one disappointed me quite a bit because it was very Mass Effect 1 black and white, when everything in Mass Effect 2 has been shades of gray. And in this one, it was very much, do you save the space paladin or do you save the space warlock? And I would have loved if it were much more like, these are two morally bad people who have done things that, you know, for selfish reasons, right? One, in order to kind of like maintain her power, and the other, you know, because of like through shame or whatnot, right? I felt like there could have been so much more to this mission and this decision if they had given it like room to kind of really grow. But instead it was just like, save the space paladin or save the space warlock, which was a bummer.
Well, when you're getting the mission from Samara, like, it sounds like she was a Ardak Yakshi as well, and literally like went into the Asari paladin life to stop doing it, basically.
So she couldn't be, because she had 3 children, and the Ardak Yakshi are sterile.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. So, but she did say that she had 3 children. All 3 were Ardak Yakshi. Yeah.
So, like, there's certainly something with her genes that is causing that.
Yeah, and I think that they kind of assume it's like the pure blood thing. There's kind of like
it is more common when Asari meld with other Asari.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Harry Potter situation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun, but disappointing ultimately. So I first chose her daughter, and then after it became clear that she was like truly terrible. And then it also felt really weird for my Shepard to like, because like I went and talked to Thane, and I was like, yeah, my crew or my family, and I was like, I can't do this. So I went back to a previous save and saved her, but was punished because I forgot to pick up the assault rifle upgrade that was in her apartment. So it's just sitting there staring at me as a punishment because I picked it up the first time, but in the second save, I hadn't picked it up yet. So I went back to the save and thought I had gotten everything, and realized after I got back to the ship that I hadn't. And I was like, well, this is my punishment. An unupgraded assault rifle.
All right. After that, we go to Thane. Thane, we find out, has a son, and he hasn't been in contact with his son in years, specifically since the mother of his son died, and Thane's wife. And Thane wants to go and make sure that his son doesn't become a killer like he did. So Thane goes to the Citadel. We find the son, Kolyat, and he's trying to do a murder. He's trying to do a murder on a Turian who is running a very anti-human campaign. We stop the murder. We allow healing of generational trauma. Yay!
Yeah. Kind of. Don't they go at some point be like, well, that's democracy. Bum bum ba-dum. Brr.
Well, yeah, like the Turian's going to win and it's going to be the end of the world, but we don't need to talk about that. We can just focus on Thane and Kolyat. That relationship is healing, but I like that because what they do here is that they kind of fade to black as Thane and his son are talking, because Thane essentially says, hey, I left because I had one skill set and it wasn't a skill set that could be a father. So I did what I could for you from a distance, but I could not do what I needed to do at the time. And I want to try to make your life better now. And they don't end that meeting going, shuckers, now we're best friends. They both go, this is the step in a long process of healing. And I like how real that was.
Right.
No joke. The most difficult mission I have played. I could
you're trying to
not keep track of that guy because I didn't know he was the one staying outside of the room. I thought his guard was staying outside the room. So I was running around all up. So in this mission, you basically, the whole mission, the entire mission is you are in the catwalk and you're just keeping an eye on the politician to make sure that Kolyat doesn't snipe him. So you're just keeping an eye on him. So you're like, oh, I got him. He is in this place. Oh, I've got him. He's in this place. And so I have to do that like 3 or 4 times. His bodyguard goes into a room and then he just stands outside and leans against a wall as if he were a bodyguard. And so my mind just played this idea that like, oh, the politician went in to make a deal and then his bodyguard stayed outside to guard the entrance. And so I was running around all the hallways trying to figure out what happened to him. It took me way longer than I should have admit to before I was able to figure out, oh, wait, he's just right there in front of me.
Last up. It's a fun mission. I like it a lot. Last up, we have Tali. Tali is accused of treason by her people. So we go to the migrant fleet for the trial. And it's important to note that migrant fleet is essentially like a mobile homeworld for the Quarians. We learn a lot about their culture in this section, and to distill it, just know that like they are a spacefaring people. They don't have a homeworld. They live on their ships. So when they lose a ship, it's a very significant deal. And also everything is ruled on your ship. Like your ship is your government. And apparently Tali's father, who's on the Admiralty board, which is the biggest, like, there's 5 people. It's the biggest section of power, the biggest seat of power in the Quarian government.
Think of each ship as a state, and then the Admiralty board as like the federal government. That's kind of how it is. So like as the ship's captain, you're in charge of your ship, but the Admiralty board ultimately is in charge of all the ships. So like it kind of, you are ultimately in charge of your ship, but there is also this other overarching government entity.
Yep. Apparently, Tali's father had somehow activated Geth on their ship, which is a capital offense. The Geth took over the entire ship and killed everybody on board, or at least that's what they say. They also killed people that that were sent in to check out what happened. The Admiralty board thinks that Tali sent live Geth back home, and that's what caused the uprising of the Geth, is Tali's essentially lack of concern or perhaps active treason, and that's why she is being charged with treason. It super isn't what happened, so we've got to prove that. We head over to the ship, and Geth aren't a problem for us. We've murdered thousands of them. Make it 1,001 more dead Geth. We find Tali's father's corpse. Turns out he was making Geth. So he was taking the parts that Tali was sending, which were inactive, and then he was combining them together to activate the Geth so we could find out more details about them, because he wants to essentially remove the Geth from the original Quarian homeworld in order to build a homeland and an actual house for his daughter. And turns out it was his fault all along. And if the Admiralty board found out about this, then he would be banned as a traitor to his people. So Tali says, hey, don't share that information with the Admiralty board, even though it would have cleared her name. The trial happens, and Tali might be cleared of treason, maybe not, depending on your actions. And it's interesting because you can get her cleared of treason, but also have her not be loyal if you reveal the information about her father. If she says, hey, don't tell about my father, and you say, hey, I'm going to tell about your father, she will not become a loyal member of your crew.
This one's also super cool because there's earlier actions that have consequences in this particular mission.
Correct.
Like, so if you save if you don't give what's his name in the first mission to the Geth, or
Vitor.
to Vitor, to Cerberus, like you have this option, and if you like save the
Cal Rieger.
You get the middle option, which allows you to just be like, this council's full of crap.
This whole thing's dumb.
The whole thing is dumb. This is Tali we're talking about, by the way. And everybody's like, yeah, this is Tali. And then so you get the best of both options where she's cleared and you get her loyalty. So
that's what I did. Even though there was a Paragon option I could have chosen, I was like, nah, I'm going to choose that one middle one because that's the best one.
Yeah. That's it. That's all of them.
Oh, yeah. There was something interesting I want to talk about, like the core and people, though. So this seems like you're given, and maybe this is a Mass Effect 3 thing, I'm not sure, but you're kind of given a Ragnar type of situation where you're like, you can kind of advise them whether you think they should go to war with the Geth to get their homeworld back. Because the whole reason, like the excuse that Tali's dad kind of gave himself and Tali was, the reason I am doing these terrible experiments is so that we can move back on the homeworld and I can build you a home. And she's like, I didn't want that. I wanted a father. But, which is fair. But like as you kind of go around talking to the admiral board, you can kind of be like, yeah, I think you should go to war with the Geth. Or I think you should, stay out at sea essentially, or you should build a new colony. You kind of like, they ask your opinion on certain things and you can kind of give it. Did you guys give your opinion on anything, or how did you?
I did. I advocated for peace, which shocker. But I also think it's interesting. I didn't know this beforehand. If you talk to each Admiralty board member and you figure out why they're voting the way that they're voting with regards to Tali's treason, then it lowers the difficulty check to clear Tali. So if you just like don't talk to them, it's a much higher check. But if you talk to all of them, then your shepherd will be like, hey, you're doing this because you hate the Geth. You're doing this because you love the Geth. You're doing this because of that. And none of those things relate to Tali. This is a erroneous trial that is about things that you're not really cared about. So get out of here. And it's really, really cool. Yeah, but I didn't then encourage them. I was like, hey, peace is a great option. Maybe actually talk to the Geth. That'd be cool.
I kind of stayed out of it because I was trying to rush through the mission a little bit. Because I was trying to get it done. Because time crunch. But like it was I could see where this is option. I could kind of see. You could also be like, you need to go conquer your home world again. Be like, and I don't know if that would have consequences. I doubt it. I don't know. But I know, like I said, I stayed out of it because I'm human and it's not my monkey, not my circus, just my crewmate.
That it was my thought as well. Like I went and talked to the peace guy and was like, hey, keep doing what you're doing, bro. But like when it came to like giving any sort of like taking any sort of stance or advice with that, I didn't take any stance. I was like, this isn't my call. Like, you all need to figure this out yourselves. I've been here 5 minutes. Like, make a decision and make it yourselves. Part of me is like, I know how video games work, and if you don't make a decision, they'll make the bad one. So I was like, how do I kind of want to stop that, but then also like I'm trying to play the role-playing game. And so I was like, I don't feel like Shepard would step in. It's not his call. Like I said, not my monkey, not my circus. Figure it out yourselves. This is your problem, not mine. I'm just here because you all can't figure out how to take a ship back from some Geth.
To be fair, there was a big Geth at the end of it. And
there's a real big Geth.
Should we move on to some tea with Finley?
Let's
you know what? I'm sorry. I want to rank our top 3 real quickly. Top 3 favorite missions.
Oh, okay.
Loyalty missions, specifically.
I'm going to go number 1 for me, Morden. I love Mordens a lot. I think it's just really, really good. I think it's really, really interesting. Number 2, I'm going to say Grunt. It's super easy. It's super simple, but I love a horde-style survival thing, and that's kind of what it is. And then number 3, I'm going to go Kasumi. I think that it's really unique. I like that you get to do a heist in it, and I think it's really well done.
That's not how I thought you were to go on these at all. That's super fun. My favorite was Jax. I loved learning that it was even worse than we thought it was. You know, it was one of those things where it wasn't like the more we learned, the more awful it actually was. And I loved that. And it was like, she's broken because they broke her. Like, this is what happens to a human being when you do this. I think that's really cool. My second favorite was Jacob's. I thought, like, it was just a really dark, real look at humanity. Because I think there are a lot of people who would do this thing. And I thought it was really interesting. And then Jacob is just awesome in how he deals with it. And my third favorite was Zaid's. I love Zaid's. I love Zaid as a character. I love that he is happy to be like, we are not friends. I am here for what I want, and I don't care about any of this. He was a very true to himself character, and I loved that he just lives in this space of like this underworld of the universe, and I think that's really cool. So those are my three.
For me, Tali, I like the Tali mission a lot. Mainly because it's like you get a lot more, because you Tali's kind of like an info dump in the first game about, these are the Quarians, this is what they do. This and like, but no, like, now you actually get to go there, you actually get to do it, you actually get to meet other Quarians, you actually get to figure out find out like how Quarians express intimacy with each other. Like, you know, they share their suit environment a lot, you know, or with their closest friends and family. You know, so you getting to like experience that culture, which is honestly, in my opinion, one of the cooler cultures in Mass Effect, because it's so different than everything else. I think that was super cool. I really liked Samara's mission just because it was different. It started out different. There's not as much shooting. There's not a whole lot of combat in the mission. It's a lot of just dialogue trees and trying to figure out what the right options are. And then there's the choice at the end, which is great. Like, you know, it's like, do I go full Renegade where I get a nice 45-point Renegade boost if I pick the, you know, if I pick the Renegade option? Yeah, okay, sounds good. And my other one was Kasumi. It was also Kasumi. It's just because it was another change of pace. It wasn't all combat.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, there's, you know, you're kind of like at a party. You're kind of like snooping around. You're like, you know, finding a way to get into his room to find DNA, which sounds really, really gross. You know.
Thanks, Matt.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
Hair. There's DNA in hair. You guys.
Skin cells.
And skin cells, yeah. And like, you know, like my favorite moment was like, you go to the couch and you like click the couch. It's like, oh, I found a credit chip.
Just one
like
in between the cushions. I loved it so much. Just someone credit the cushions.
My favorite is when it gives you the option to check the plant for DNA, and Kasumi just goes, "Shepard, that's a plant."
I did the same thing. It was so good.
So good. It's such a fun mission, and then you get the shooty part at the end. It's fun.
Yep.
So,
hello, old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
All right.
Slurp.
We are finishing up last week's bit. We are going to determine how broken is Shepard's crew after their loyalty missions. We're going to use the same scale we used last time. Do you want to give us a reminder there, Storm Rage, of where we ended with our scale of extremely broken to pretty just fine?
Yeah, so last week we had extremely broken as Jack #1 psychotic biotic. Samara just below, still in that A tier. At B tier of pretty broken, we've got Garrus and Grunt. C tier, we've got somewhat broken of Zaid, Morden, Thane, and Tali. And D, as mentally well as one could expect, Kasumi, Miranda, and Jacob. And I think for the purposes of kind of examining this, we will assume that the loyalty mission has gone as good as possible. So like for instance with Tali, she is not exiled and her father's information is not exposed. So we will kind of go through on each of those and have a brief debate about what we think, how healthy they seem to be nowadays. And I think we should just start at the top and work our way down, or start at the bottom and work our way up. Which way do you guys want to go?
Fine either way. Player's choice.
I'm fine. Yeah.
I would like to propose that we add an F tier, and we call the F tier Jacob, because I think after he deals with this, Jacob's just chill.
Yeah.
I think he's genuinely mentally well, and like not in a way of like, oh, this could be improved or he could be better in this way. I think the dude is just like good and well adjusted to everything. That is my proposition.
Nope. Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
No notes. Yeah.
Sure, I'll take your word for it.
I wish I was as well adjusted as Jacob is.
Me too. So going from the bottom up, we've got Miranda. How do we feel about Miranda? Do we want to keep her where she's at? I don't want to move her down to the F tier because that's just for Jacob.
Nope, not Jake. She's not Jacob tier, but I would say she is doing good. Yeah.
She's fine. Yeah, she's doing better. She's like
I think
has
so
that.
too.
Yeah, I think it's like whatever distract. Now she could focus on whatever, and now she has no more dialogue for me because I'm female shepherd.
Then let's go to Kasumi because I think Kasumi is where things get interesting. Because I think that there is an argument for her getting more broken after this mission, or staying the same. I'm fine with either. What are people thinking?
I'm thinking she's pretty broken because she's now has to deal with the consequences of deleting the data in my case. Where it's like, okay, I don't have the crutch to fall back on. So maybe she's dealing with it now, but will be better in the long run. So I don't know where that goes.
Yeah.
I think she's doing just fine. I mean, she's already like, hey, what do you think Jacob likes Asian girls? Like, I think she's doing pretty good. I mean, I don't think she's doing as well as Miranda or Jacob, but I think she's solidly D tier, pretty unbroken. Like, I think.
Okay. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to go. So far our tier list has not changed much at all.
Except for
but
Jacob.
I think the next one is, I think Tali, I'm gonna at least up to B tier. Her father's dead, her people accused her of treason, and yeah, she was cleared, but even being accused of treason is still heavy. Her father betrayed her entire people. She now has to deal with that. And like, she also was technically stripped of her name. So
and
it was no
ship.
longer. Yeah, it was no longer Talizora Voss. What is her ship's name originally? It's not Talizora Voss Normandy, which is a significant naming thing for her people. Of your last name is your ship name, and it's where you live and what you're identifying as. So her not being on a ship of her people is significant.
I'll go with pretty broken. I buy that.
She's pretty broken.
Okay, so Talizora gonna go into B tier. What about Thane? Also, it's the Naraya is her ship.
I think Thane is doing better. I think he's like got some closure. I think he's on the right road to being better. He still has the photographic memory which he's dealing with. So I'm feeling D tier for Thane. Yeah,
I think Thane has healed, and he's like genuinely in a place of I'm gonna leave this world better than I was a year ago.
Also, like it opens up the romance options for Thane for my female ship, so it's interesting.
That's a good option.
Yeah, if I was running a fem ship, I'd probably romance Thane. I think he's great.
Yeah.
No Grunt, but I mean,
yeah, who could be?
Well,
Yeah.
Grunt's a child. I meant Rex. No Rex. Grunt's a child. Nope, that's not okay. He's tank board.
Next up, we've got Morden. And
I think he's still broken.
I think he might be more broken in the short term. I
Oh,
might
yeah.
want to move him up to B tier.
There
Or
was no-
like he was also his crimes were exposed. Like his wrongdoings now are in his face, and I think that's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm throwing him in B tier for now.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
call. That's my call.
Sorry, Dean came over, was talking to me, so I got distracted.
That's okay.
So Morden, I think B tier is, yeah, I think so, because now so before we went on his mission, he had basically come to like, grip, or had even before he started the Genophage project, was like, this is a bad thing that needs to be done for the good of the galaxy. And then afterwards really had to really reflect and continue to reflect on his initial reflections on this terrible, awful thing that he did. And was this really the right decision? And it's done and did, but now what? So yeah, I think he's probably a little bit more broken. Yes.
Next up, we have Zaid. I think Zaid is just permanently C tier. That dude's never going to get any mentally better or worse. He's just what he is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Then we've got Grunt. And what initial thoughts on Grunt? How are people feeling about Grunt?
D. I think Grunt's doing good. I mean, I would say he is maybe better than, he's equal to Miranda. Like, if you go and talk to him afterwards, he's like, I got a battle master, I got a crew, I got a mission. Let's go. He's just a happy Krogan, like living life, loving life. He's doing good.
That was my initial impression as well, is Grunt's just happy. Now, he's got things that he should probably work through. Like, maybe not every problem can be solved with a shotgun, but a lot of problems can be.
Yeah.
And to be fair, in his current situation, I would say 95% of them can be solved with that shotgun. So,
yeah.
I mean...
Then we've got Garrus. And Garrus, I think, at the very least, is B tier. I'm very curious, because I don't think that he has a little bit of closure, so maybe he doesn't go all the way up to A tier, but I would like to put him in between Tali and Morden. I don't think his loyalty mission really heals him necessarily. It just closes one really intentional, like, one nagging loop.
I would like to propose a ranking change. I would like to propose an S tier of broken and put Jack in it, and then move Garrus up into A tier.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. With that.
Because I think Garrus is extremely broken.
Yeah. I think, because literally, like, it's like we just get revenge on this guy and, like, leave. That's honestly all that really happens.
Yeah.
It didn't fix anything. It was just, okay, I just did one more bad thing in a life of bad things that I've been living lately, and I'm gonna just, nothing has been solved, nothing has been fixed. That does not bring back the mistakes that I made. I don't think he is better. I think he might be even worse afterwards. I mean, it's a dark place he was at.
I will say, I think that if you renegade it, I think he does I think that has more negative long-term consequences than letting Sidonus live, the guy that betrayed him. Because I think if you let him live, then he can see, like, different ways of people healing or getting harmed by their own actions. I think if you kill him, he just kills him and moves on, and then is still really, really angry. I don't think one is significantly better than the other, but either way, I certainly think he is an A tier.
It's such a fun renegade one, though, where you just step aside and he just takes care of business.
Awesome.
It's very action movie. It's very cool.
Because you don't really say anything to the guy. You're just like, hi, I'm Shepard.
Bye.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just going to distract you for a couple seconds. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to move to the side and you're dead.
Yep. It's real good.
Yep.
So we're moving Jack up to S tier, so we don't need to talk about Jack. Jack is as broken as ever.
Actually, she's probably more broken because she's dealing with the trauma of the truth of the area.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that there is a kernel of healing that will happen for Jack. Like, you can see, because this has been dealt with, because she has, like, had a place of people that genuinely care about her, that will produce results later on. But that is long-term stuff. That is, like, months and years. That is not, we just did the thing. Are you good now? So I think for sure still S tier.
Oh, yeah. No, I think she's even more broken now, because she had in her mind, this is what happened. This terrible thing happened to me and everyone was against me. And instead she learned that it was her power, which was the reason all these other children were put in this terrible place and with these terrible things. So she has to not only work through the awful things that happened to her, but also work through the guilt of what happened to those children as well. So yeah, I think she will get there, but I think she has a road ahead of her. Because, I mean, they did terrible things. Terrible, terrible things to children.
The last one is Samara, and I still think Samara is A tier. I would argue that Samara is actually more broken than Garrus, because they both did the thing of killed the person they wanted to do, but Garrus's list is now empty. Samara's like, I've got 2 other daughters.
But the daughters do what she wants, right? They like have sequestered themselves and like they took like the magic pill to basically take away their powers or whatever. So I don't think, because they're not like out and about like her evil daughter was. So I don't think she has 2 more daughters just to deal with. I think the entire situation was, I could go either way, because I think you have to be a certain level of broken to feel and deal with that. I don't know. I would be open to, I'd be open to A tier. I'd be open to all the way down to D tier. I could see an argument for any of them.
I think in the immediacy, I don't have kids, but I imagine if you are in a position where you have to take your own child's life, that's not a mentally good thing for anybody. So I feel like that alone, even if you've been able to process it, even if you know that it's the right thing, even if all these things, which are true, I still think that would mess with somebody for a while. That's why I'm thinking A tier for her.
Yeah, you in the further conversations you have with her after her loyalty mission, she talks about the village she had to destroy because her daughter essentially enslaved them and then sacrificed them to herself. I don't even know how you handle that. So yeah, I would say A tier.
I don't know about all you're saying, but Morinth is doing fine.
That's true. We should add in Morinth to this list.
I mean, is Morinth S tier or F tier? I feel like she's one or the other.
I think she's F tier. I think she's fine with who she is and what she does.
She cannot be a Jacob's tier. That's exclusively for Jacob. I will put her at the bottom of D tier.
Okay,
that is the exception I will make.
Better than Miranda. Okay, Morinth is living life, loving life.
And it's like she's like, oh, and she's also like, hey, by the way, Shepard, you want to mind meld?
Yeah. Hey, that thing that I am known for because it will kill people. Maybe you want to try it?
Does Shepard say yes?
I mean, you can.
I haven't got the option to say yes. I haven't got the option to say yes yet because it's still.
Man, it's a YouTube. I gotta YouTube that later. That was one of the reasons I decided to go for that, but I was like, yeah, never mind.
So a recap of our end results, and this is in relative order: S tier, Jack tier, Jack. A tier, extremely broken, Samara and Garrus. B tier, pretty broken, Tali and Morden. C, somewhat broken, Zaid. D, as mentally well as one could expect, Kasumi, Thane, Grunt, Miranda, and Morinth. And F tier of Jacob.
Just literally loving life, like hanging out in the armory and like
just a bro being a bro.
Secret. He says to Shepard at one point, like once you get through all his conversations, he goes, "Once this is all over, Shepard, you and I were going to the Citadel. We're knocking a few back." And Shepard's like, "Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are."
Like, this is a dude living his dude life. All right, let's get on to the Naga sandwich.
Taste my grilled cheese.
It's a quick half of the show. First good, Matt.
First good. Punch.
Yeah. First good. It's Rex. Seeing Rex again. Rex is cool. Rex is a bro. Rex is great. Rex hasn't changed. I love Rex.
And like changing society. Love Rex. Love Rex a bunch. I've got the not so good, and it is 100% Shepard smile. Shepard's
Yeah,
smile is like that creepy, evil, like that lewd anime smile. Like it is, something is wrong. And other characters in this game smile just fine. They have normal smiles. But Shepard's smile, when you see him smile, you're like, what evil thing is going on in your head? It is so weird.
The elusive man had a budget and couldn't get there. Okay?
I will say, I think if memory serves, FemShep has a bit of a better smile than
Yeah, she does.
Male Shep, but Male Shep's face is so terrifyingly creepy when he smiles.
You're just like, what is going on behind your eyes? Like, and this is the best good for the entire Mass Effect 2 arc. Go ahead and take it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So Morden, when you talk to him, you find out that he is a big fan of musical theater and was actually in a Gilbert and Sullivan play. And if you prompt him and continue to talk, he will sing. So he will sing, I'm the very model of a modern major general, but using Solarian lyrics. So they will change some of the lyrics to reflect Solarian culture. And it's so beautiful.
This has to happen after you do his loyalty mission, right?
It does, yes.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to it then.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
I'm sorry. I know that was important, but you performed Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
He asks each traveler 5 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
3, that's a magic number.
I will ask myself 3 questions.
Oh, it's nothing. You're not saying anything. I was like, why are you not saying something? But you don't say anything there. 3, 3, 3.
I mean, I can.
Nope. No, we're good. We're good. Go ahead, Matt. Get us started. What are you liking so far?
It feels like there's almost too much to do in this game, which I guess is kind of a good thing. Because I always have a reason to just jump on, play, and find things to do and have fun with this game that's phenomenal. Stormrage? What do you like?
I have been having a lot more time talking with the crew, because normally what I'll do is I'll play a little bit, and then I'll talk to the crew in the first couple times, and then I'll do the loyal missions. I'll usually talk to them once, and that'll be about it. And I've been checking with the crew basically every time, and I've learned so much more about the crew. And for instance, Thane is somebody that I've always liked as a character. I think is a really interesting character design that I think is a well-written character. But I've never really felt a connection to Thane. He's always felt like a hired gun. But talking to him, he's like, oh, Shepard, you're my first friend that I think I've ever had. And it was such a heartbreakingly beautiful moment, and it's just been great. Dan, how about yourself?
That is such a good one. Talking to the crew is my favorite part of this game. Dean asked me my favorite part of this game. He goes, is it the shooting part? I was like, no, it's talking to my friends. It's hacking Geth and forcing them to attack their pals. I'm playing an infiltrator, and one of your powers is AI hacking. And if you look at like the guides, the guides say do not put any points into this. This is a useless skill for a couple of reasons. First of all, there aren't a lot of AI in this game. So like there's not a ton of missions where this is a useful skill to have. And they also can't have any shields. So you have to knock their shields down before you can hack them. But once you do, it is so worth it. So knocking the shields off a Geth Destroyer and then like setting it loose on its buds, like it will take care of like 3 Mook Geth for you by itself. It is well worth it and so much fun. Absolutely so much fun. What has surprised you about the game? Oh, sorry. What are you struggling with, Matt?
So I did the collectorship mission. I got the Krogan shotgun. I hate the Krogan shotgun. It's bad. Like it's just one shot, and I have to sit back and reload, and like it doesn't work for me. I like to spray like 3-4 shots in a row and then reload.
Oh,
I just don't like it.
It's like a single shot shotgun.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Does it do like a ton of damage though?
It does a ton of damage, but still need to like hit them with it to kill them.
So it's like
I mean, that's true for all guns, Matt.
I know, but no, like do like a because I'm doing the charge in, shotgun them, and usually they're dead, right?
Yeah.
No, this I have to charge in, shotgun them, hit them, then reload for like 2 minutes, and then do it again. It's a really annoying.
Interesting.
I just don't like it.
Fair.
Storm Rage?
Would you like to ask me what I'm doing?
Yeah,
Thank you.
No, I wouldn't. Not at all.
One thing that made me laugh out loud. So we talked about the Garrus mission, and in the Garrus mission, Garrus is like, "Hey, go talk to the traitor and tell him to get into position. And when I'm ready, I'll take the shot." And so you get out of the car, you go and start talking to the dude, and Garrus is no joke, probably about 20 feet behind you, fully visible, just like on a catwalk, but there's no like dark lighting. He's just there with a gun in the middle of the Citadel, right behind you. And the guy's like, "Oh, Garrus is here?" And it's like, yeah, he's literally right behind me. The only thing behind me, the sniper pointed at your face, yeah, that is Garrus.
You may not have noticed, Storm Rage, but Garrus had a cloth wrapped around his head, therefore rendering him invisible.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I know what he's struggling with.
So I've reached a point of the game where most of the crew is like, yeah, we've talked a lot lately, and I really don't have time for chit-chat. I have a job to do. And it's kind of bumming me out because I've reached the end of a lot of the dialogue options for most of my crew. And that's sad because it's been so much fun. What has surprised you about the game, Matt?
How good of a cover shooter this is. Like, it's just like, the one was good. This is like way better. Like, each of the weapons feels unique. And like good in their own ways and bad in their own ways. Like, there is like a balance of weapons that like not every weapon's just better than the other. It's actually great. Like you know. Mm-hmm. And also I figured out what the Mook Buster 3000 was because it like you never really actually it's the electric gun.
It's the Mook Buster 3000. Isn't it amazing?
It's the lightning gun that you get at the beginning, and
yeah.
like it like I used it a bunch, and it's like okay, now I get it. This thing is great.
I definitely thought that the Mook Buster 3000 was the M920 Kane, which is the nuke.
Nope.
Like the actual nuke. That makes more sense.
The Mook Buster 3000 is the gravity one, the gravity gun. Like
what gun is the gravity gun? Because Matt said a different gun. I don't know
what
the
lightning one. No, the gravity gun. The gravity gun is the one that it sucks them all into a gravity ball and then shoots them out.
I never got
the
that
Mook
one.
Buster 3000.
I don't know what gun you're talking about.
I don't know either. Yeah.
All right, we'll log in after the game after we're done here, and I'll show you which gun it is.
Okay,
it's the best gun in the game.
I don't have it.
Oh, I'm sad for you guys. Oh,
Storm Rage, what surprised you about the game?
I really love the romance in this game. I think it is, generally speaking, really well written and really engaging. And the romance with Tali in particular is just so freaking adorable. So she talks to you for a bit, and then she's talking about like how like Quarians initiate intimacy, and not in a way that is like adults only, but like family members will share intimacy by like syncing up suit environments, or that when you are giving birth, you'll be in the same room with another few people and you guys will be suitless. And so like there are different ways that you can do the intimacy within the Quarian people. And then she's like, "Oh, but like that's not what I meant to do with you unless you were interested in that, because I'm not interested if you're not interested, but if you are interested, then maybe, but I'm not unless you are." And she's really, really nervous about it, and it's really freaking cute. And then when you're like, "Hey, yeah, I'm interested. I didn't know you were," and she goes, "Oh yeah, because what girl wouldn't fall in love or develop feelings for somebody that saves her life, sweeps her up in a grand adventure for 2 years, and changes her entire life trajectory?"
Yeah, I just got to that part and I had to choose I'm sorry, I'm not interested. And it was really sad. I was like, I'm sorry, Tali. I just don't feel about you like that. And she's like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. And then she turns around and goes back to work. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. But like, I don't want to like lead you on or make up some bad excuse. I'm just going to tell you the truth because we're adults. And, but it was really kind of sad because it was really kind of fun. But yeah, I said no.
I don't got that option.
Dano, what surprised you about this game?
So for Mass Effect 1, I was talking about how I was bummed that the gear that dropped was worthless and bad, and that I wish it was more of a looter shooter. And then we got to Mass Effect 2, and boy, was I wrong. I absolutely love the way they took gear in this game. You don't pick up any gear off of dead bodies because why would you? That doesn't make sense, right? Instead, you just you buy the ability, you buy schematics to upgrade your weapons. So you go from from B to A to C to X, basically, right? For the different shotguns and rifles and that kind of stuff. And it is so much fun. It is so much more in world. It just feels less. It just feels realer, like a role-playing game. It makes a lot of sense. And then you're not obsessed with trying to pick up all this stuff off the ground. You're not dealing with any inventory management. It is a lot of fun. I do wish the game did a better job of explaining which gun was better. Just, a little bit of a DPS range would be nice. But
or just a description of what makes each gun different, because there's two snipers and they're very different in how they function, but it's difficult to know that until you play with them.
Yeah, and even when you do, it's hard to evaluate which would be better for your companions. And so I do wish they had done a better job of actually explaining which guns are better and why, or how they're different at least. But other than that, it's so cool. And then the resource scarcity is great. And the resource scarcity has kind of gone away now that I've hit the DLCs. Shadowbroker dumps a bunch of credits on you. But yeah, it's absolutely love how they did gear in this game. A+, no notes, very few notes, a few minor notes, but mostly perfect. All right, got a bit of salt here.
Let's get salty!
Storm Rage. Could you read that salt for us, please?
I hate you, Dano.
It's not me that you should hate, Storm Rage. It's not me who you should hate.
Yet I do. This is from a Dr. McButt, who recommends this. They have 48.9 hours on record. Amazing game. Mass Effect 2 is in my Mount Rushmore of video games. I'm Commander Shepard, and this rabbit hole is worth exploring.
All right, that's it for this week. Thank you all so much for listening. Thanks to our page for patronizing us. A special thank you to our producers and best friends forever, RidiculousHat. Hey, if you want to give a game a review and want us to read it on the podcast, go ahead and just shoot me a screenshot, and we'll do that. You also can review the podcast as well, and tell me you reviewed the podcast. We'll review that in the podcast as well. If you want to do that, we'd appreciate it, especially now that we're not a Hearthstone podcast anymore. So a few non-Hearthstone podcast reviews would be kind of cool. You can find links to our Discord and content information in the pinned comment on our Patreon page over at patreon.com/squelch. If you want to give us a game to play, head over to Discord or the form link in the episode description.
And Mass Effect 2 is a game too, and games 2 are supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Sling those Mass Effect relays, baby.
This is the end of the show. Everybody bye!
Another hour and a half. It's fine.
Whoa. Well, what are we gonna
Next
do?
week, I think we might be able to do an hour. There's only 2 DLCs. I think we can do it next week.
Yeah, and it's basically just 2 missions. It's basically just 2 missions.
Yeah.
I love that. I've gone into Dragon Age Origins, and I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna separate that, because I love how you have managed to like break down what to play from week to week. I don't know how we're gonna replicate that when we're not like expert into the game. Like,
Yeah.
there's gotta be a way to do it. So like, I went into the ING guides, and maybe we can go by like the guides or something, or I don't know. If anyone has an idea, let me know. I'd love to take that, but because I do think it's a really great way to kind of approach these games. So.
I mean, I've only played it enough to do the patch to make it. Just check if the patch you gave me works, and it doesn't. So
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
So that
I haven't
makes
even
me.
done that.
So that makes me responsible for February, doesn't it? So I got to do the February's game, whatever that ends up being. Break that down. Figure out how to break that down into 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh,
Well, not
depends
February.
on the game. Well, no, February's
March.
Mass Effect 3, so March. Well, it might not be March. It might be like a March-April situation. April.
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 I think it'll be a April. I think we'll probably be
A Marpril?
A Marple. A Marple. A Marple?
A Marple.
A Marple. Because I think we have 6 weeks of Mass Effect 3, right? Because there's some DLC.
It's a longer game. Yeah. And they
This is even longer. Oh, God.
Mass Effect 2 is like in the same vein. You can straight line Mass Effect 3 Mass Effect 2 pretty quickly. Like if you just did story missions, recruited the bare minimum people, and then went off, you could probably do it in 10-15 hours. But when you want to do everything, that's when it takes a little bit longer. I'm curious, basic Mass Effect 3
Playtime.
Yeah. The average for the main story plus the DLCs is about 36 hours for Mass Effect 3. For Mass Effect 2, it is literally the exact same. So it is about the exact same amount of time, generally speaking.
I have put way more than 40 hours into Mass Effect 2.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. No, I'm not going to try to describe Mass Effect 3. It'll be a fun experience for everybody when we get there.
I've never played it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I borrowed it from a friend and then never got around to playing it and then returned it. Just for no particular reason. Just didn't
I think the
have
most
time.
divisive game of the series by far.
So 2 is everyone's favorite. 3 is
Yes.
some people's favorite, some people's not favorite.
Least favorite. Yes.
And everybody dislikes Andromeda except for you.
I think most people dislike Andromeda, yes.
And Mass Effect 1, everyone's kind of like, well, there was a game before Mass Effect 2.
And the story is really good. I think
Yeah.
most people will agree that the story in 1 is really, really strong.
I think that people would agree with that. Should we head over to After Dark and talk about imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go do that. Hey, thanks everyone for listening. We'll talk at you again next week. And don't forget to give us a game to play.
Bye-bye.
You want to say goodbye, Storm?
Bye.